Hi everyone, my name is Monique,
And I'm Naveen from Before You Play.
and today we're going to be doing a two-player playthrough of A War of Whispers with a new expansion called Expansion of Influence.
Yes, this game is designed by Jeremy Stoltzfus and published by Starling Games, who are helping sponsor this playthrough. And in this game, players are taking on the roles of secret organizations who are trying to infiltrate the various councils so that we can control the 5 empires and ultimately score the most amount of points by the end of the game.
Yes, this is a secret loyalties game for 2 to now 5 players that was actually originally released in 2019. And so now there is a new expansion that is currently on Kickstarter that includes 2 new modules, which we're going to be showcasing today, as well as components for a 5th player and scenarios that add variability to setup. And so today, as per usual, we are going to start with a quick overview of what the new expansion includes, and then we'll go straight into our 2-player playthrough. If you'd like to jump around, we'll include timestamps in the description below.
Now, if you are interested in the expansion campaign, there's a link in the description which you can check out. Lastly, if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more in the future, please consider subscribing.
And with that, we are ready to begin. So, if you'd please direct your attention to the center of the table, we're all set up here for a 2-player game of A War of Whispers with a new expansion called Expansion of Influence. Welcome to the 5 Empires.
Yes.
Now, if you've never played this game before, in this game, players play as secret organizations who are influencing the 5 empires in order to score the most amount of points at the end of 4 rounds. And so the way that the base game works is each player has their own player board, as well as 5 loyalty markers, which each represent the different empires on the board. Before the game starts, you're actually supposed to shuffle these up, but I'm just going to flip them over so that you see what I mean. Each token shows a representative symbol of one of the 5 empires, and they're all represented by different animals. So as an example, we have the blue bear empire, the red eagle, the green elephant, so it's supposed to be the elephant symbol, etc. And after secretly shuffling your loyalties, then you get to look at them so that you know which ones are assigned to which. And at the end of the game, they're going to score you points depending on how many cities the corresponding empire controls. And so as an example, if my devout section here is the horse empire, then at the end of the game, I'm going to count up the number of cities, which are these tokens on the board that specifically the horse empire controls, and I'm going to score the number of cities times 4, which is the biggest multiplier, which means over the course of the game, I'm going to want to influence the horse empire the most in order to sort of control the most number of cities. And these multipliers go down in value. So on the opposite end over here, I have the lion empire, which is actually going to score me -1 as a multiplier, which means the number of cities they control times -1 is going to be added to my score, which means I want them to control 0 cities at the end of the game.
You want them to go into ruin.
Yes. So as you can see, players are not tied to a specific empire. You are not controlling one empire. Everybody is going to be manipulating all of them so that you can score the most amount of points according to the loyalties that you've assigned at the start of the game. Now, if you've never played this game before, we're not going to be doing a full rules teach, but we'll give you a general overview so that you can sort of follow along with the playthrough. And so in general, the game is played over the course of 4 rounds, and each round consists of 4 phases. During the first phase, starting with the first player and going clockwise, each player is going to deploy one of their agents to the board. So sort of like a worker placement game. But the worker placement spots are around the circumference of the board. And so each empire is home to several council seats, 4 of them to be exact. And when it's your turn to deploy an agent, you're just going to go ahead and literally place it on one of those spots. But you won't resolve the action yet. So each player is going to be taking turns until all players have placed out 3 agents in a 2-player game. And in higher player counts, it's only 2 agents per round.
And that's for the base game.
Yes. But some things have changed with the expansion, as you'll see. And starting with the second round onwards, during this phase, you'll actually start by removing 1 agent from the board and then deploying your agents in turn order. So the game does get longer as the game progresses because you're going to be leaving agents on the board so that you can resolve their actions again in the next round.
Sure.
Then once all agents have been deployed, we're just going to do a little example here.
Let's just make it up.
Yes. Can we move on to the next phase, where we are basically going to be going around the circumference of the board, starting with this area here with the expansion, resolving all of the council locations. Now, we'll talk about what these new locations do in a second, because these 2 are specific to the expansion. So as you can see, the expansion does include a new board that you'll be playing on. And so in the base game, you'll start by resolving the Bear Empire first, and you'll basically go and resolve each agent spot depending on who gets to activate it. And so that is sort of the unique part of the game, because if you sit on the council seat, then you get to activate the action there. And some actions have several options to choose from, so you can only choose one when it's your turn to activate it. However, if there are any empty council seats, then you're actually going to look at the next player seated to the right in that empire, and that player gets to activate those empty seats. So in this example, I would get to activate this seat and this one, but not these two, because they are to the right of me. And in this example, Naveen would activate this seat, and I would activate all three of these.
Correct.
And so that is generally how the game flows, and we'll basically resolve all of the empires going clockwise. And that order is still the same with the expansion. It's just obviously we have these two new additions.
Now, if nobody is in a particular empire, then nobody will resolve these actions.
Right. And the actions amongst the empires are virtually the same. There are three main things that we are going to be doing when resolving these actions. The first being, we're going to be adding banners to the various regions on the board. So this is a very important concept to understand. The board is home to these 5 empires, and they're sort of outlined in color.
Yeah,
so
you got your green, brown, you have your yellow interior, you have blue out here, and then as well red.
And then we also have a new Orca clan, which we'll be talking about in a second, for the new expansion.
That's a module.
Yes, and some of these empires already start populated with banners. Now, if you are familiar with the base game and you played this before, you may notice that some of the starting configuration is a little bit different from the base game board, and that's because with the new expansion, they've sort of rebalanced the starting positions. But you can always flip this over and play with the original configuration if you'd like. Now, like we were mentioning earlier, the main point of the game is for empires to be controlling cities. And so these are cities. These are farms, and these are forts. And something that we need to mention is we are playing with the collector's edition of the game. And so we have upgraded components. All of these banners and tokens are all upgraded, but we figured we'd play with them just so it's easier for you to see. And so these specifically are cities. Now, the empire that controls a specific region, which is just one of the spaces that are along an entire landmass, is the empire who has at least one banner in that region. And if a region is completely empty, then the home empire owns or controls that region. In this case, the Green Empire controls all of the regions that are outlined in green, which means they currently control 2 cities.
Yeah. Now, if yellow somehow was here, yellow would actually control this particular region.
Yes. And so over the course of the game, we are going to be adding new banners to the board, always adding them to friendly spaces typically, which means if you have an action that allows you to just add 2 banners of a specific empire, then you typically have to add it to a region that they control or amongst regions they control. You can't just plop it into an enemy region. Some actions will allow us to add a certain number of banners depending on how many forts they control or how many farms they control. So all of those we'll just talk about as we play the game. But that is one of the main things that we're going to be doing. And the other thing that is going to be really major, which is one of the main reasons why we're adding banners in the first place, is we are going to be attacking adjacent regions. So in this game, anytime we go into combat, basically anytime you take an action that's in a specific empire, you have to take that action with that empire. So if I wanted, as the Green Empire, if I wanted them to attack this yellow empire's region, then I would have to take the attack action from the empire's council. And in this game, anytime you attack, you have to attack an adjacent region that belongs to an enemy. So you can't just sort of rearrange your pieces.
Right.
And when doing so, you can move any number of banners into the enemy region. And attacking is very straightforward in this game. You just remove pieces one to one.
Yep.
So one thing to note, though, is forts are special because whenever you move into a region that has a fort, it automatically removes one of your attacking banners. So in this example, because green was attacking and there's a fort in here, I would automatically have to remove one green banner first, and then battle would ensue. And because there's one yellow banner here, I would also have to remove one green banner.
Yeah, so it's just a 1-to-1 ratio.
Yes, but at the end of this battle, now green controls this region.
Correct. So if there's ever a counterattack and yellow wanted to come back in, now green is protected by that fort.
Yes. So that is the simplicity of battle in this game. But at the end of an empire's turn, that empire can only have at most 4 banners in each of their controlled regions, with the exception of farms. And so the farms are special in the sense that each of the farm regions can hold 6.
An additional 2.
Yes. And so that's basically how attack works.
But to reiterate, because green controls all of the various regions in this empire, because there's no enemy here, you cannot take an attack action just to move into a friendly location.
Right. You always have to move into an enemy region.
And also, something like this, a situation, blue could move into this because this technically is controlled by brown,
Yes.
despite the fact that there's no banners present here. So
Right.
blue could technically take an attack action, come on in here, and now they control the city. And with our particular components, we're just going to place it in like that.
Yeah, so that it's easy for you to see at a moment's glance which empire controls which cities. Now, the last type of action that you'll typically see amongst the base game actions is going to be the ability to draw cards from that specific empire's deck. So you're typically supposed to lay out their decks next to their factions so that you can see them easier, but we sort of just laid them out
Some
this way.
space-saving technology here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you draw these empire cards, they're going to go into your hand. And you can basically play them before, during, or after taking an action. Each empire card looks like this. They basically present you with 3 different options. And in order to play a card, you have to pay the cost that's along the left side in cards from your hand. Now, the card itself counts as 1 card. So anytime you play it for the top action, you never have to play additional cards. The card that you're playing counts as itself. But, for example, if I wanted to do this middle action here, I would have to discard an additional card from the Lion Empire. And so all of the cards of one empire have the same, I believe, the top and middle action, but they have different bottom actions.
Meaning all the yellow lion cards will have this text and this text. The red cards or the blue cards would have a different text and a different function.
So these cards basically just give you other ways of doing things other than just the basic actions.
And just so that you know, the cards, just because it has a particular type of empire doesn't mean you have to influence that specific empire.
Correct.
Meaning Monique's yellow card, you did not have to do all the actions with the yellow different factions.
Yes, and I could play it after resolving an agent from the blue empire, as an example. And that's generally everything you need to know for the base game. Now, once everyone has resolved all of their agents, then you do some upkeep, you discard your hand down to 5 cards max for the empire cards. And the one thing that you should know is at the end of a round, you have the option of swapping 2 loyalties. But if you do so, you must reveal them. And now for the rest of the game, you cannot swap them. And now everybody around the table knows the
What you're up to,
positions they're
yeah.
in. But that is an option, except for in the 4th round, which is the final round, you can't do that.
It makes sense.
And then, of course, at the end of 4 rounds, you reveal all of your loyalties and you multiply your multipliers by the number of cities those empires control. Now, as for the expansion, like we were mentioning, this expansion includes components for a 5th player. So there's now another secret society called the Sparrow Underground. There are also scenarios in the rulebook that show alternate setups for variability, as well as starting loyalty cards so that they are a bit more balanced. It sort of takes away from possible duplicates, etc., when you're shuffling them at the start.
Yeah, because if you're playing like a 4-player game and everybody's shuffled and 3 of the players happen to shuffle the blue bear to be
Yes.
number 1, then it's going to be hard to balance it because everybody's going to be gunning for one thing.
So these are going to be newly balanced cards, and we are going to use these during our gameplay. And of course, we also have the 2 new expansion modules, which are the Orca Clan, as well as the Guilds. Now, these are modules in the sense that you don't have to play with both of them. You can sort of pick and choose, and there are rules in the rulebook depending on how you want to play. But we are going to be playing with both of them today.
Sure.
And so, starting with the Orca Clan, this is a 6th empire, essentially. But this clan does not have any loyalties that you'll be assigning to your board, which means we're not going to score any points for them.
No.
They literally just exist in order to fight the other empires and cause a commotion and make them harder to score
Yeah,
points.
you could use them to your advantage, or your opponent can use them to their advantage against you.
Similar to the other empires, they also have their own council seats where you can take actions. But the thing that's unique about them is they can attack empires from any location on the board. So typically when you attack, you have to attack adjacent region to adjacent region. They attack from anywhere, but they can only attack regions that have one of the 3 raid tokens. So they are our starting targets, and these are the 3 regions where these will always typically start. Now, when attacking with the Orca clan, so let's just say, for example, I place my agent here, which allows me to attack with them. I can, say, for example, take these 2 and attack this region because it has one of the 3 raid tokens in it. And if I'm successful, which in this case I would be because it's not defended, then I would then move the raid token to a new region. And it does not have to be an adjacent region. It just has to be either a region that is not one of the home locations or one that already contains a raid token, or of course the one that it started in.
And then the Black Empire would now, the Orca Empire would now control this city, which could be something to your benefit if maybe the Brown Empire is in your -1 category.
Right. So it's not going to be scoring you points at all, but it's going to be taking away from the other empires. So that is typically what the Orca clan does. There are some other actions here that allow you to just move a raid token and place additional banners on the board. And so we'll explain those as we go along. And then there is one card drawing action here, which lets you draw 1 card from any of the 5 empire decks. So that's pretty much all there is to the Orca clan. Now, the guilds over here sort of functions like their own separate council, but they each do a different thing, which is basically a new feature of the expansion, each seat. So starting with the Ambassador Guild here, whoever places their agent here is allowed to place the peace token in any region, and now that region cannot be attacked. So if you were to take this action again in the future, then you would just relocate it. So that is basically it for the Ambassadors Guild. The Seafarers Guild allows you to add these port tokens. And so these are going to be very important for attacking the Orca clan, because if you are the first player to put these out, you're going to put out 2 port tokens. So let's just say I place them here. Now, these 2 regions are connected. So basically, any regions that contain a port token are connected, and you can attack via them. And so if ever you want to attack any of the Orca clan, you have to basically add a port token to one of those locations.
Right. Yeah, so these port tokens essentially act like these regions are adjacent to each other.
Yes. So the first player to put these out puts out 2, and then any subsequent player just puts out 1. Next, we have the Commanders Guild, which adds an upgrade token to an action, basically giving that action an additional option. So as an example, if I were to place this here, anybody who takes this action has the option of either putting out 2 banners or 4. That might not be the best option.
Fantastic example.
You might want to put it somewhere else, but each spot can only hold 1 of these, and they are stacked in a specific order. So it's going to be like putting out 4 banners, 5 banners, attacking twice consecutively, and then finally drawing 2 cards.
And when you take this particular guild action, you don't get to thumb through it. You take the one that's at the top.
Right. Also, a note about these seats. They don't function the same way as the other councils in the sense that if a seat is empty, then nobody's taking that action.
Right.
You don't pay it forward. All right. The Bounty Hunters Guild is going to be similar to the Scholars Guild in the sense that these are tiered seats, which means if you place an agent here and you resolve it, then you resolve the tier 1 benefit, which in the case of the Bounty Hunters Guild is placing a bounty token, which we'll talk about in a second. But after resolving the action, then this action actually gets upgraded to its tier 2, which now lets you place 1 bounty token and move a bounty token on the board, so it gets better. And if I were to leave my agent there again, the next time I resolve it, it would upgrade to tier 3, which is where it would stay. But if ever I were to remove my agent, then it resets to tier 1. And so that is how this action spot here works as well. Now, bounty tokens are placed in a region, and they actually start in all of the regions in the Orca clan, because anytime you go to attack this region, if you are successful, then you get to take the bounty token off the board and you collect it, scoring you 1 point at the end of the game. It's a bounty. You've succeeded in collecting the bounty. Next, we have the Bureaucrats Guild, which is a spicy one because going here allows you to remove your agent from the game and choose an enemy agent who must also remove an agent from the game.
Like that.
Now, whoever you target, so if I were to target Naveen,
in a 2-player game,
in a 2-player game, of course, you'd place it up here because each player can only be targeted once per game. So I would not be able to take this action against Naveen again, but he could still target me in the future. So that is a nasty one. We'll
Nasty.
see if we end up using it. And finally, we have the Scholars Guild, which lets you move one of your other agents to an empty council seat. And upgrading that just makes it more flexible. So as an example, tier 3 lets you swap this agent with any other agent on the board.
Nice.
So it has to do with the swapping type of actions. And that's essentially it for these two modules. As you can see, they provide players with more flexibility, especially with the guilds, but also a bit more drama.
Yep.
Now, of course, we are playing a 2-player game, so it's a bit more of an open session. In higher player counts, there's going to be a lot more conniving and such, and these will probably be a lot more useful in those scenarios.
Sure.
But they're not too much overhead, so they can be easily added to the base game. Now, two last things is whenever you play with the Orca clan, no matter the player count, during the first round, you'll always place out 3 agents. So in a 2-player game, it's not going to matter because every round we place out 3 agents, but in higher player counts, that's going to be very important to remember. And there's a new rule when playing with this expansion where at the end of the game, you score -1 point for each revealed loyalty. Which means if you ever swap during the game, it's going to be -2 points at the end of the game because both loyalties become revealed.
Yep.
But that's essentially it. Anything else that comes up, we'll just discuss as we play the game. So we just have to go ahead and reset the board and we'll get started with our playthrough.
Okay, we are all set up, ready to go. Everything has been shuffled, and now we were both given a loyalty card, which is part of this expansion. And this basically ensures that we have a nice variety and a nice spread between the different empires that we're gunning for.
Yes, so we did not shuffle our loyalty tokens. We were assigned them.
Assigned.
All right, so now all we have to do is see who goes first. Odds or
Yes.
evens?
Okay.
What do you want?
I'll do odds.
1, 2, 3.
Evens.
It's me.
Monique.
I'm first.
Yeah.
All right, so I get the first player token.
You do.
Now again, this is probably the third time we're mentioning this. This is the collector's edition of the game. So
yes.
we do have upgraded components, including the first player marker. All right, now today I'm going to be playing as the Endless Serpent. So all of my agents are going to be this deep purple color. And Naveen,
I'll be the Pale Raven, and you are going to follow along with me. You will know exactly what we are all gunning for.
Naveen's tomfoolery.
So, yeah, my tomfoolery and my mistakes, you'll see it firsthand. I will be the white player. So,
Yes.
And I want to show you all of the different empires and where they lay right now.
So this is Naveen's starting
This is my
configuration.
starting
Hopefully
configuration.
you can remember that as he makes moves
Yep.
and influences the various empires. All right, so let's go ahead and start the first round. Now, again, the first phase is the deploy agents phase, and we are playing a 2-player game. So starting with me, we're going to deploy 3 agents each, one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and start by deploying an agent to the marshal position
Okay.
in the Bear Empire. All right, and you?
Me. Okay, well, I will put myself on the Brown Empire.
Okay.
Same spot.
The same spot, Marshall?
Same spot, Marshall.
Interesting. All right, back to me. I'm going to take the Chancellor seat in the Green Elephant Empire, and let's just face all of
yeah.
our seats
Yeah, they wanna see what's happening.
towards the empires. Okay, back to you.
That's pretty bold there, Monique.
It is bold.
Why did you do that?
Well, the last seats of each empire are kind of nice because they're flexible. You can swap the position with any seat within the empire.
It's true.
So you can always take any of the 3 other actions, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to
I knew
sit
it!
right there.
Naveen is nasty when we
Enough.
play these games.
Enough.
He's basically making it so that I should take this spot right here.
Yeah, you can.
But I won't. I'm going to go Chancellor of the
Look
Lions.
at you. So you
I might as
know
well-
you're splitting me here.
You can
huh?
only go one more agent. This is
could
the
only go one
freest,
more.
the freest round because we're going to be resolving more agents as the
Correct.
game progresses, and we're going to leave 2 agents on the board. So
This is
you
true.
can only place one more.
Well, I guess I will just place myself here.
You're not going to go in the red?
The red.
You can have it all? You'd rather just be nasty?
Well, then you're gonna have it all
That
at
is
all.
such a
I
Naveen-
don't like the double all.
Well, what was this?
That maybe I want to do something with that.
Penalty for being mean.
Let's do.
You're going to be going
one.
first next round,
I will.
just so you know.
There we go.
All right. The societies, the
Secret societies.
secret societies have
Yes.
spoken. So that is it.
We speak the truth.
We are now going to move on to the next phase. And so we're going to be skipping this
Skipping guild.
entire...
Nobody said
You know,
yes to guild.
these guild seats are nice, but the first round is just... It's the empire
You only get 3
round,
actions,
right?
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you only get 3 actions. So we're going to go now directly to the Bear Empire, starting
Okay.
with the Sheriff, who is going to be resolving resolved by you.
Yes. So because it's empty to my left, I'm the one that resolves that one, and then the very next turn.
Yes. So basically, the empty seat, you look to the right.
Yep.
For the next player.
So it's me. So I
according
get
to this edition's rules.
this edition's rules. Yes.
So your options are you can either place a number of banners equal to the number of farms that the Bear Empire controls.
So there's 1 and 1 right there.
So total of 2.
2.
Or you can go to war. You can battle.
Let's get some banners.
Banners?
2 banners, please.
Okay. There you go.
I'm going to take them, and I'm actually going to split them up here and here.
Okay, yes. They must be placed in regions that are controlled by that empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, stewards. So now this goes to you,
Okay.
your agents. You can either take a card for every 2 farms, which means you can draw 1 card, or you can place 2 banners. What would you like?
I think I'm going to go with 2 banners.
2 banners.
I'm going to go with 2 banners again.
Oh,
So this time,
what are you doing?
Just creating an ice front. I just go 1, 2, just like that.
How many are there?
Oh, sorry, that's 4. I'm going to put it on the farm one. Now, again, so at the end of this empire's turn,
Yes.
you're going to see if there's more than 4 banners in a particular region.
Right.
If there are, then it's not legal, except if they're in a farm region.
Yes, so those can hold up to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now it's my time to shine as the marshal. I can
I
place...
set you up so you can do some attack with them.
Yeah. Maybe
See?
that's what I wanted to do.
I helped you.
So I can either place out 1 banner per fort they control, which is 3 banners, or I can go to battle. I think I'll go to battle.
Battle.
Yeah.
What are you up to?
So when you go to battle, it must be from the empire's one of the empire's controlling regions, and it has to be within an adjacent enemy region.
Okay.
You can move any number of banners into that region as long as it's a home controlling territory. If, for example, I had these banners in here,
Yes.
which is the home territory of the Eagles, so I basically conquered that area, you can never fully abandon it. You have to leave at least 1 behind. So that is not the case over here. So I'm going to be moving all of them.
The whole squad.
The whole squad. It's an empty region, so I automatically win. And now
Nice-looking city.
the blue controls another city.
Yeah.
So I figured this region is only adjacent to this area here, so it's a bit protected.
Unless the orcas
Right?
come in.
Well, there's no
causing some
raid
hassle.
token there yet.
That's true, yeah.
And there's a fortress,
Yep.
or a fort. Okay, so that is it. That was that one action. Nobody gets to
takes
take
that.
the chancellor's seat. So that is the end of the Bear Empire's turn, and I believe all of the
So this has
limits are
5,
fine.
but the farm is there, so
Yeah.
it's legal.
All right. Nobody's
Nobody's taking red.
Do we both? What is happening here?
I don't know.
So limits are fine. We're going to move directly to the
That's all you.
Elephant
So you
Empire.
were going to do all 4 of these things.
Fantastic.
So I don't like that.
So the sheriff, I can put out 1 banner per farm. So it's going to be 2
2,
banners.
yep.
So that is the only option. I will do
Banners.
it.
What are you doing?
I'm going to divvy them between these 2. Just like that.
Okay.
All right, the steward seat is 1 card for every 3, which is drawing 1 card, or place out 2 banners. I'm going to draw a card.
You draw a card.
So this is the green empire,
okay.
right? The elephant, yeah, there are elephants in
correct,
the
yeah.
background. So I'm going to go ahead and just take one of these. Okay, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I do. And then I'm going to move on to the marshal seat, which allows me to put out 1 banner per fort. So 3 banners, or I can attack. I'm going to put out 3 banners.
Okay, because it's Fort 1, 2, and 3 all in the Green Empire.
Yes. I'm going to secure this frontier like this,
Frontier.
just like that.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't want to secure the city, huh?
I didn't. What city?
You didn't want to protect this city.
No, that's not really adjacent to anything.
Yeah,
So, okay. The chancellor will let me either swap the position, and I can swap with an empty seat, or I can attack. So I'm going to go ahead and attack using this region over here.
Okay.
I'm just going to move all 3 into this area. So now
at
green
that.
controls an additional city.
Oh, the city, huh?
All right. That is it. I believe all the limits have been respected.
Yes.
So now we move on to the lion.
Okay.
So this is the yellow empire over here, starting with the sheriff, Naveen. You get to either place out, how many farms are there? 3?
There's 3 farms.
So 3 banners or a draw card.
I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
I think it's time to see some cards.
Yeah, the cards are pretty nice. You want to draw several of these, though, in order to take like the sweet actions, but one is still good.
Then we move on over here. So I can either take 1 card for every 3 farms. We have 1, 2, 3 farms. Or take and place 2 banners. I think I'm going to take another card.
Another card.
Sometimes you
Nice.
need to pay more than one card to do a thing that you want to do.
That automatically qualifies you for the middle tier.
The middle tier,
Because
yeah.
you took two of the same
the
color,
yellows.
which is nice.
Yeah, so now we're going to move over here.
And don't forget that you can play your card before, during, or after you take an action.
Yeah.
But it has to be your action.
My action, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for every tower they control, I get 2 banners for yellow.
Yeah.
So they control 1, 2, so that's going to be 4.
Yeah. What are you
Banners.
doing? What are you doing with yellow?
I don't know. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do there.
Okay.
And then let's go ahead and go here.
Interesting.
Perfect.
Wow.
Let's create a little something.
That's a threat.
Yeah.
All right. So now it goes to me as the Chancellor. Do I want to fight? I'm actually going to swap my position and I'm going to go here. So this token does not move. I basically get to swap my position and immediately take this action.
Yep.
And then we'll continue on that way.
So do you want to put out 2 yellow banners or do you want 1 card?
I want a card.
You want a yellow card?
Yeah.
Okay, there you
want
go.
some options. Thank
Very
you.
good. Okay.
Okay.
Very nice. Yellow is within the amount of banners.
The supply
legal.
limits.
Yep. So now we move into the horsies.
And this is all you.
Brown horse,
So
it's
this
all
is the
me.
Brown Empire.
Yeah.
Over here.
So they don't start with any banners in play. So that's why it
Right.
was so easy just to steal this city, and then they act last.
Yes,
So
that's true.
All right. So it's 1 banner for
Or now the Orca clan acts last, actually.
technically,
so.
yeah. But the scoring clans,
Yeah.
it's the last one.
I imagine because it's strongest, right?
There's
The
just more
further you
territory.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna get 2 banners, I believe, because one.
One per farm.
2, yeah. There's a demarcation line here
Yeah.
that separates the yellow and the brown. So
Yeah.
it's just
Here
this and this,
too.
yeah.
So,
Here as well, yes,
so
exactly.
those are 2 regions.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 banners, which I have over here. Let's go ahead and just plop them down. Let's create a little barrier.
The orcas are targeting you. Just
Well,
so you know.
nobody's taking an orca action, so
Yet.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right, so that's that. This one over here, I can either do 2 banners or I can draw 1 card basically for,
every
2.
2.
1, 2. So I'm going to take 2 banners.
Okay, you're going to place 2 banners?
2 banners.
Where?
Here and
Okay.
here. Let's create a little something.
Ooh, Naveen has the horsies assigned to one of
I'm
your...
just no. The only I
getting
think you
scared
have
there.
I think you have green assigned
Do
to
I?
this. I mean, why else would you do this?
It's early.
That's the game.
It could
right?
be sacrificing an empire.
You could and then swap
somehow.
out of it, which is so yeah.
true.
You can wipe them out and then swap them out. Anywho, we are gonna move over to here. So
The
now
marshal?
the marshal. So it's either put out banners or attack. I think we are
So 2 banners or attack.
think we're gonna attack.
Oh, where to?
Well, we're gonna attack these 4.
What a waste.
Are coming into this city to speak and retain and take back.
To speak ill of the elephants.
1, 2, 3
Oh,
out for 1, 2, 3.
okay.
Leaving.
That's fine.
Leaving just
I feel
1
nothing.
soul. Right there. You feel nothing?
I feel fine.
All right. Okay. Well, that was that.
That's it.
So they have this.
They have control over that
yeah,
city now.
Everything is legal.
Yeah.
Nothing. Skip the entire orcas.
And that's
now
the end.
that's the end.
So that is the end of the first round. Let's go ahead and mark that.
So we've done
over
1
there.
full round.
Yes. So at the end of the round, you make sure you discard your hand down to 5 Empire cards, which is the most you can hold.
I have 2.
And then we also swap the first
I'm
player
first
marker.
player.
So you're
That's
now the
nice.
new first player.
That's good.
And finally, the very end is in turn order. We can choose to swap loyalties. Would you like to do that so soon?
Oh, because I'm first player now.
You're first player now.
You know, I think I'm fine.
You're fine?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Okay.
You?
No,
It's too early.
it's too early.
You can't give it away.
Who
Yeah.
swap? Do you swap in the first round? Like that's a bold.
I think round
bold
3 is
move.
when it happens.
Yeah, round 3.
Okay.
All right, so that is it for the first round. We're going to now move into round 2. And some agents will stay on the board and 1 will get removed.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and start by retrieving 1 deployed agent, starting with you, Naveen.
1 deployed agent, you
Yes,
say.
must vacate a
Must.
council seat.
Must
Let me
vacate.
see my cards. This might be important.
All right, I'll vacate this yellow one.
Aha, because I usurped you there.
Yeah, I don't like being stuck behind you.
Okay. I will also vacate my
leaving.
yellow
Oh, you're
seat.
leaving.
Let's make it interesting.
That's interesting.
All right. So
good.
now it's to you. And we are again deploying 3 agents.
Yeah.
Each. So we're going to be resolving 5.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't like what you have going on over here with the green,
Okay.
so I'm just going to do something about it.
Ah, you felt some kind of way.
I did.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and place my agent here.
Oh. Like that, huh?
Not petty, I promise.
Semi.
I want that. I want that action.
You wanted that one?
Yeah.
Think it's time to see what this expansion's all about.
Oh.
Orca time.
Interesting. So that you're going to be able to attack one of these three
Yep.
or place out additional banners and move the raid token. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and deploy an agent to a guild.
The other module.
I'm going to go to the Seafarers Guild. So it's time to add some ports to the board because we'll be able to sort of bounce around the board a little bit easier that way.
Yep.
So that it's on to you for your last one.
I'm going to go ahead and send out backside yellow
Okay.
for the lion.
For the lion. Oh, it is nice going last, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to go here.
All right.
All right. So
Should've went
that's
there.
it. We have three, we've deployed 3 agents each. I think that's nice about this is you can swap.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if you swapped with me, then now you're in that great position. So anywho, let's go ahead and resolve, starting with the guild. So this is going to go directly to me
Okay,
in
we're
the
gonna-
Seafarers
so
Guild.
first time a port's coming in, so it's 2
So
ports.
it's 2 ports. So I get to place 2 ports out basically anywhere on the
They
board.
create adjacency between the 2 ports.
Right. So I'm going to place one here.
Okay.
And the other one seems kind of like a hot area, right?
There and there.
There and there. Because
Interesting.
that way you can sort of break into the middle. I don't know. I felt like that could be dramatic. No?
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
No, that's fine.
Do you want to share your feelings?
No, I know. We're competing against each other.
Competing
I
against
can't.
each other.
Yeah.
All right. That is it. That's it for the guilds. So we're now on to the bear faction.
We
So Sheriff goes to Naveen.
Yeah. So I can either attack or I can
Put out
banners.
2 banners because it's perform.
Let's do 2 banners.
2 banners.
Yes,
All
please.
right. There you go.
2 banners. Let's just go ahead and put one here and here. Real
So
simple.
this is separated, right?
yep.
Okay.
Just like that.
Now the steward. So would you like to take 1 card or put out 2 banners?
Let's take 1 card.
1 card. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the bear faction.
Blue
Okay.
card. Very good.
There you go. Done?
That's it.
All right. So moving on to the marshal. So this is now me. I can either add 3
3 banners.
banners or I can attack.
There's only so many banners left. There's
There are.
not too many.
Yeah, there are only, what, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So I'm going to attack.
With that harbor you set up or that port you set up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might as well. How many do we move? Let's go with 4.
That's the max.
That is the max. So now the blue
Okay, so you showed your intention.
empire
Blue
controls
city,
that
you created. Blue city you set up and created. Blue, huh?
Maybe
I could swap into blue.
you could swap into
Yeah,
blue.
maybe.
Minus 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for the marshal. Nobody controls the chancellor. So that
Nobody's
is it.
messing with red, huh?
All supplies are done.
Yes.
I think everybody is happy with where red is.
Yeah, I guess so.
So moving on to green. The sheriff goes to me. How many farms? 2 farms?
2 farms.
So I put out 2
2 banners.
green banners. Where shall I put you? I mean, this place has been,
You like that? Little
Wiped out.
That little hot zone.
yeah, I didn't like what happened there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Next, we have the steward. And the reason why I put that there was because I wanted a card.
Oh, okay.
So this one?
Yep.
All right. So now I have 2 green cards.
2
the
green
The
cards.
green benefit
And
is sweet.
Again, it's for every 3 of these forts.
Yes.
You get 1 card, so you
Yeah.
happen to have that.
All right. So the marshal,
Me, huh?
Naveen, would you like to put out 3 banners or attack?
3 banners or attack. Let's do a little attack.
Okay. From where?
Let's go ahead and attack from here
Okay.
into here.
Oh,
So
Interesting.
fort takes out 1,
yeah.
leaving 2 behind and 2. Yeah, so only 1 yellow.
You just
Wiping
sacrificed the green banners.
I just sacrificed the green banners?
So
Is that what
you're
happened?
showing your hand.
I don't
Naveen.
know. Maybe you got to do.
Naveen does not like green, so we push harder with green. It might be my 0. It might be my ×2.
It might be your fault.
Points are points.
We'll find out.
But if you don't like it that strongly, then now we have reason.
Well, are you going to attack with green, or are you going to swap and put out more banners?
Let's see. This puts out 2.
2 banners.
This puts out 3. I'm going to swap with you.
Okay.
So, oops.
So that means at the end, going into the next round,
Yeah.
if we don't recall these particular, then this person will stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am definitely going to put out some banners. So I get 3 of them because green controls 3 forts. Let's do this again.
Just bring it back.
Let's
Huh?
bring it back. Now that, I mean, yellow is weakened right there.
Yeah.
So
Now
might
you
as
can
well.
push in. Yeah.
All right. So green supplies are all Fine.
Okay.
Moving on to the lion.
Yellow.
The lion empire. Sheriff goes to me. I can put
Card
out how
or-
many? How many does
They control 1, 2,
3?
3. So you can put out 3 banners if you'd
put out
like.
3 banners,
Yeah,
or I
you could
can-
just create this whole problem
I would
again.
love to draw a card.
Yeah. Okay. Draw
The
a
yellow
card.
cards,
Is that what you want?
yeah, are nice. Let's do that.
Okay. Done. All right. Do you want to draw a card again? You can draw one more card, or you can put out 2 banners.
Let's go with a card.
Card. Okay.
So this is, now I'm at my max here.
Yeah.
I have 5 cards in my hand. I should probably start using these.
Now, would you like to put out? So they control 1, 2 towers. So 4 banners. That's a lot of banners.
Now, instead of taking this action,
Okay.
I'm going to play a card. And this is the main action of the Lion
Okay.
Empire card. And it says, instead of using the current agent's position action,
Okay.
use a position action held by one of your other agents.
So either one of these 2 green or that blue one out there.
Or the blue marshal. I think I'll choose this one.
Okay.
So this gets spent, and every time you spend a card, you shuffle it back in. But I'm going to spend more cards.
Okay. Sure.
So
Just create a pile and then we'll
yeah,
do
I'll
it.
create a pile. The marshal allows me to either put out blue banners or fight. I'm going to fight,
Okay.
and I'm going to fight using this region.
Okay.
And during this attack, I am going to play these Empire cards, and I'm actually going to be playing it for the middle
Okay, so 2
effect,
greens.
which requires me to discard 2 greens. And this allows me to add 3 banners to my attack.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm going to add 3 banners to
So where are you attacking?
the blue attack. I'm attacking from here,
Okay.
and I guess let's just go into here.
Oh, is yellow a no-go?
Yellow?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Get 'em.
How many do we send? Let's send 4.
4. Okay, so 2 get destroyed. 2
Yeah.
and 2.
So 2 and 2. Right.
You're loving blue, huh?
And 11 blue.
You're saying it out loud. You don't even know what you're saying.
So this is
There you
yellow.
go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Blue, huh?
That's it. So all these cards that gets shuffled back into that deck.
Into
this
the
gets shuffled
respective
into
decks,
here. Yeah. And that's it for my turn. So now it goes to you.
Yeah.
And you can either attack or swap positions. What do you want to do?
Attack or swap positions. Okay.
What do you think?
I'll swap positions.
Okay.
So I'm going to take this action here, and I'm just going to draw one of those yellow cards. The yellow cards are really helpful. They're very good.
Okay.
I'll take one of those. Okay. So
Very
that's
good.
that. And then now we're going to go into the horse, and I get
Yellow,
to take
all supplies are
all,
fine.
all are good. Yeah. So
Okay.
now we're going to go, and I'm going to do all 3 of these.
Yes.
So banner for every
Farm.
farm. So it's 1, 2 farms. So let's go ahead and do 2 banners. I have them here.
Okay.
Let's just shore up this.
Okay.
Just like that. Okay. I'm going to go here. And then this is 2 banners or cards. I'm going to do 2 banners.
2 banners.
Yeah, let's just stop the spread.
Just spread.
Stop the spread, you know?
Okay.
There you go.
Well, this controls.
Oh yeah,
this.
controls that.
Yeah.
All right, then now we're gonna go here. So it's either banners or attack. So
2 banners.
Is it 2 banners or attack?
Yeah.
I'll do 2 banners.
2 banners.
Yeah, 2 banners. Let's just slow the spread, like I said. There we go. Banner. There we are.
Interesting, because now
Beautiful.
you're going to control the orcas. Because we're done with the horses, and now we move on to the orcas. So for the shipwright position here, you can either attack with the orca clan and then move the raid token if it was successful.
Yep.
Or you can move the raid token and place out 1 banner for each farm they control. And right now it looks like they control 2
farms, yep.
Because there are 2 farms over there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do the attack and then move the token.
Okay.
So we are gonna take this one lowly individual here
Okay.
and we are gonna move them here.
Oh.
Designated this spot.
Wow.
So and then
Fascinating.
we're gonna move this one away, and let's just designate this spot for
Oh.
the next attack.
Okay.
Do we like that?
Which is happening next,
oh, it's
maybe?
happening now.
Is that what you want?
Yes, because these 2 are gonna be leaving, and
Just
canceling
removing
out,
them.
canceling these out.
Okay.
Goodbye. Nobody controls this spot.
That's right.
There we go. All right, there we go. It goes out.
You were wiping out the orca
It goes
clan
back
as
to
well.
yellow though, and then now this one it has to get moved again.
Yeah.
You know, let's just move them into this green city.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps there'll be something happening there.
Perhaps. All right. That is the end.
And
That is the end of round 2. So let's go ahead and mark that. Discard your cards down to 5 if you have more. I only have 2.
I have 4.
All right. So we go ahead and pass the first player marker.
So you were the first one now. You're going to be the one to decide if you want to swap loyalties.
I would not like to swap loyalties.
You liking what's happening?
in round 2. This is This is your second to last chance.
Yeah.
The next round
is the last
is
chance.
your last opportunity.
Yeah,
So
I'll
would
wait.
you-
I'll watch.
You'll
No,
watch?
I'm not going to do anything.
All right. That is that. Let's go ahead and move into round 3. So starting with me.
Who's coming
let's
off the board?
Remove an agent.
Anyone here? Here? This is nice going second here. This is good.
I'm going to remove this one.
Okay.
So I'm going to divvy these. These are the 3 that I'm deploying. So now it's
That
your
one's
turn.
gone, huh? All right, I got to take this one off.
Okay.
Can't have that there.
All right.
But now we're going to be deploying 3. Mm-hmm. So I'll keep those aside so I don't forget.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm going to go ahead and start by deploying here.
Red time.
Red time. We've ignored red for far too long.
Yeah, we have.
You
There
are
we go.
such a
I was going to do some red action
Sneezy.
today, but
sneezy, nasty human.
there you go.
You know what? I'm going to the Bureaucrats Guild.
You're going to remove
I'm going to remove an agent.
one of my agents?
And the thing is, you don't know which one.
I don't know which one. That's true.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's kind of a bummer.
That was
That kind of
sorry.
stinks.
That was a move of anger, a move of passion.
That's a good one. That's a good move. That's a good
Frustration.
move.
You've been blocking me for far too long.
All right, I'll go over here. Don't like it, but I'll do it.
Okay. With my last agent, I think I'm gonna go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go here.
Oh,
Shipwright time.
right. Oh, what are you gonna do, Monique?
Back to you.
You were gonna get rid of one of my characters. Gosh. There we go. Just in case.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Just in case what?
I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know who you're gonna take out. If you took this person out, nobody's resolving Brown. I don't like it.
Oh,
I don't know.
is Brown that important to you? Are you that loyal to the
I
horses?
could make a switch at the end of the round. So,
You don't want to, though. I know you don't want to.
well, we'll see.
All right.
Anywho.
That is that. All of our agents have been deployed. Let's go ahead and resolve the guilds.
Another
so
port.
I get to place out a port, this time only one. And honestly, I think I'm going to place this up here.
Oh,
So
you
now
wanna,
we
you
can
wanna pick
attack.
up all this stuff?
There are a bunch of bounty
this
tokens there.
Points?
So this is going specifically in this region,
Or the...
this one.
Okay,
And there's a bounty token
I
there.
like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's that. Now it's time to remove. Let's do the mean thing.
Yeah, who's going out?
Ha.
Who you booting? So you could never do this action again because I'm your only other opponent.
Yeah, I think it only makes sense for me to boot this one because this goes from 1 action to 4.
Yeah, it makes sense.
know.
Yeah.
So I
Totally.
have to remove my agent from the game. So this person has been
Out.
sacrificed.
Yep.
And now I also remove your agent from the game, but I'll place you up here so that we know you've already been targeted once.
Yeah, in a higher player count, like player 3 or player 4
Yeah.
cannot in the future target me.
Yes. All right, so that's that. Now we resolve the bears. So
Yeah.
Naveen, as the sheriff, would you like to put out how many banners? How many farms do they control?
They
2?
control 2 still.
Put out 2 banners or go to war.
You know, let's go to war.
Okay?
So we are going to move these 4
Okay.
from here. No, these 3
3?
into here.
Okay.
1 gets taken out because of the fort, and then 2 and 2.
Oh,
go.
you're just sacrificing
Just
sacrificing blue
create
people.
some issues. Yeah, there you go.
All right. That's
It
that.
doesn't do anything.
Would you like to add 2 banners or would you like to draw a card?
I'd like to draw a card.
Okay.
See what a blue card looks like.
There you go. That's what
Okay.
a blue card looks like. Are you done?
Now I'm actually going to play a card. I'm actually going to play 2 cards. So I'm going to make it double gold.
Okay.
So I'm doing add 3 friendly banners to any one city.
Okay.
So these are going
Which
to go out.
city?
We are going to go with this city here.
Okay, so
See it.
friendly banners
Friendly banners.
are 3 of the banners of the controlling empire.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
And
just
even
like that.
though they are beyond their supply limit, we don't actually check for that until
Nope.
the end of the horse's turn.
Yeah, and then I am going to be shuffling those cards back in.
Okay.
And that's
And
it.
now, are you done with your turn now?
I think that's it, yep.
Okay, so now it goes to me as the marshal. I can place out banners or go and fight. I'm gonna fight.
Where are you fighting?
Well, before I fight, I'm gonna play 2 cards as well, the exact same 2
Okay.
that you did,
Don't
the
I
2
did.
lions. So add 3 friendly banners to any one city.
What city is that
So
going
this
to be?
gets put into
Shuffle
there. I'm gonna add 3 banners here.
Wow.
Oops, how many did I put in there?
I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it looks about
Did I
right.
put too many?
I hope not.
I don't know. I might have miscounted there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So I think I put in 3. And now I'm going to fight. Because this port is connected to that one.
Oh, you're going?
I'm just going to move,
You're going to
I guess,
to the Rock Island.
3 of them, 2 of them.
Okay.
Well, if I move 2,
Well, one's going to get taken out, so that's kind of a challenge. So you might want to take 3, right?
no.
4? Take 4?
I'll take 3.
Okay.
So can you move 3 into that
Into
zone
this port.
there? Yeah.
So one goes
So
away.
one gets removed because there's a fort
One goes bye-bye.
in that region,
So now there's 2 people here.
which means I'm successful
You are...
and I get to
You take this little bounty.
take the bounty token. This is going to be worth 1 point for me at the end of the game.
Wow.
So,
Sacrificed your blue people, huh?
who says they're mine?
Me?
They were just strong in the beginning because they were already grouped and you could do a lot with them. They could just be your soldiers
Good.
to do your bidding.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, Chancellor is nobody. All supplies
This
are
right
good.
here, just watching this.
This is all me, the Eagles. It's my time to shine.
What do you got?
So 2 red banners, and I'll just place them both here.
Okay.
Right there. All right. I would like to draw a card. So it's 1 card for every 2 farms, and they control
1,
4
2, 3,
farms.
4 farms, yeah.
So that's 2 cards.
Cards
Ooh,
are
that's
good.
nice. I haven't received a red one yet. Okay. So then we move on to the marshal. I'm going to attack. So I'm just going to move both of these into here.
Oh, interesting.
And then I'm going to resolve the chancellor, and I'm going to attack again, and I'm going to move them both into here. So I sacrifice
Interesting.
1 because of the fort, and then They both go out
What are you
1 to 1.
doing? What's the game plan there?
that's the play. Supply is good.
This-
So now we move on to green.
Green.
Naveen, you
Banner
get to
time.
put out 2 green banners.
2 green banners.
Where are you going to place them?
Oh boy.
You chose a spot that just adds more banners. It seemed like you were against green for a second.
Well, I
You can't be against all of them. That's
no,
the thing.
I'm not against
Like,
all of them.
There, 3 of them are going to score you points.
It's true.
So you got to be for something.
It's very true. I'm putting them right here.
Okay.
Just create that little front.
All right, steward. So I can draw 1 card, or I can place out 2 banners. I'm going to place out 2 banners.
Okay.
I think I'll just go 1.
So it's max.
That is max, but I'll still put another one in there.
Okay.
2. Next, I'm going to resolve the marshal, and I'm going to attack. And I'm actually going to play these empire cards. So it's the red cards that
Yeah.
we haven't showcased yet. I'm discarding 2 of them for the second ability here that says your attack may target any empty enemy region. And an empty enemy region is one that has no banners.
No banners. Okay.
So I'm going to target this one.
Yeah. So you're gonna get a helicoptered in there.
I'm going to get helicoptered in.
Okay. 2.
Yeah, 2. So it's
Interesting.
kind of a nice little like area there.
Yeah.
And these 2 get shuffled back in. We haven't really like I could have saved them to try to get the bottom effects going because these are nice. Like this
Yeah.
one says mercenaries kill 3 banners in any one region.
It's pretty good.
Wow, that's really mean. This one is alchemist's fire. Choose 1 banner of the active empire and kill up to 5 enemy banners in any adjacent region. This is a very violent
World.
violent warring empire
Yeah.
that has not had much presence in our game. But anywho,
They're angry, but they're
They are
quiet.
angry.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
but they're
that.
slow moving. Okay,
Yeah.
and Chancellor is nobody. Supplies are fine. So now we move on to the Sheriff, Naveen.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go card.
Card?
I like card.
Yeah, I like
Let's
card
take
too.
Card.
Okay. The Steward, would you like to
We're gonna do
draw
card again?
a card again?
Yeah, yeah.
That's it then.
Yeah, very simple. Card.
Okay, Horse. Sheriff. How many farms do you control now?
Well, it's still I think 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
So 2 banners.
2 banners.
So you have them over
So
there.
let's go ahead and do 2 banners. We're gonna
Okay.
go 1, 2.
Okay.
Okay, then we're gonna move here. We're gonna do another 2
You
banners.
get to do all 4 of these.
Yeah,
So you're shoring up the horses.
exactly. So it's gonna be 1, 2.
Okay.
Okay, then we're gonna move here. We're gonna attack. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3 into here
Whoa.
because it is.
Okay.
There
so
is
you
a
are
line.
you are definitely
You can swap.
full horse.
Come on in.
Swap?
Yeah, you can swap at the end of this round and,
Oh.
and be one with the horse people. Maybe you were a horse person this whole time. You're
Am I a
like, go
horse
ahead.
person this whole time?
Maybe.
Let's see. Am I a horse person? Am I?
So that's
Where
that
the
one.
horse is at?
Where your horse is at?
Interesting.
Okay, we're gonna go here, and then we're
Okay.
gonna take 3 of these folk and just
These fine folk.
cancel out. 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
There's a little just chipping away.
Okay.
You're at the
Little
gates.
hooliganisms.
Hooliganisms.
Very good.
Correct. And then I'm gonna play this card to go along with that attack. So it's gonna be called Subjugate. So it requires yellow and the blue.
Okay.
And this one says, after your attack, for each enemy banner killed, which was 3, add one banner of the active empire, which is the brown, to any region the active empire controls.
Okay, to any region. So one region.
One region.
So you're adding 3 brown banners to one region.
To one region, yep. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, and 3, just like that.
Okay.
Yep, and then these are going to get discarded.
That is a strong show of
there we
force.
go. You gotta switch to brown, Monique.
Who says I don't have brown, Naveen?
I don't know. Maybe it's a 2 value.
This is going to be our last opportunity to switch.
Yeah.
But supplies are good. So let's move on to the Orca clan.
Okay. What are you
I am going to be enacting the Orca clan.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
First time this game. I can either attack in one of these 3 regions or here.
There. Oh.
Moving a rating token, or I can add more banners and move the rating token. I'm going to move the rating token.
Okay.
So I'm just going to place it here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add banners. So it's 1 banner for each farm.
Yep. So
There's 2 farms.
So you can place them here or anywhere here
place them
except for this blue. Okay. So 2 banners in this dead center area, the yellow desert.
That's me.
There you go.
So now you have the same options, except yours is going to be 1 per fort.
Per fort. Okay.
Yeah,
How
so
many
you
forts are
control
there?
2.
2 forts?
Yeah, the Orca clan does. Or actually 1.
Yeah, just 1.
Because
the
I
blue's
control
on here.
this. Yeah, that were the blue at least.
Okay, before I do anything, I'm going to play these cards. 2 yellows. Add 3 friendly banners to any one city. So let's go ahead and take these 3 brown banners.
Okay.
And I'm going to put them into here. 1, 2, 3. There's
Okay.
City here. Okay. These will go out, and I'll shuffle this up. And then I'm now going to do the next action, which is going to be, I'm going to move. Oh, sorry, no, I'm going to attack.
You're going to attack.
Yeah, I'm going to attack. So I'm going to bring these 2 in and wipe these 2 out.
Oh, okay.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Yeah, nice and simple.
Very good.
2 for 2.
So you don't get to move a rating token doing that.
No.
Because it has to be in the region where a rating token is and it has to be successful.
Yep.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
That's the end of the 3rd round. So let's go ahead and place this here.
Last round, we're going into it.
Discard, Naveen. I don't have any.
I have a card.
Cards. Okay, let's go ahead and pass the first player marker to you,
Me.
Naveen. Final opportunity. Would you like
All right, let's take a look.
to swap?
Let's just see. As a reminder, everybody, this is from the beginning. This is what I have right now.
Okay. Knowing that, do you recommend Naveen swaps any of his loyalties? Because this is your last chance.
This is my chance.
This is the final round.
I'm gonna stand pat.
Well, before you do, let's actually do a count
Okay.
of all of the number of cities they each control. So
blue.
right now
1,
controls
2, 3.
3. Red controls 1.
1 because green came in.
Green,
Controls 1, 2, 3.
yellow. Does yellow control any cities?
No. 0.
Oh, they've been abandoned. Brown.
Controls 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Okay. And that's it.
And that's it. So it's close.
It's close.
Close-ish.
really-
I'm gonna keep it as is.
You're going to keep it?
That's it. Yeah.
It's really going to depend on this last
Duking it out,
last duking. Yes. Okay. I don't like it, but I'm going to keep it.
Oh, you're keeping
I'm
it.
keeping it. We're not changing.
What is going on?
What's going on?
Lack of swap.
Lack of swap. I mean, how often do these get swapped? Like,
It's -2 points.
it's
so,
that's such a big
That's
risk.
That's a whole city.
Yeah, I took this bounty token that would nullify that. Exactly, it's a whole
it's a
city.
whole
Like,
city,
why
yeah.
you gotta be okay. Anywho, that's it. Let's move into the final round. So Naveen, starting with you, retrieve an agent.
An
please.
agent. All right, let's take this one out.
Okay.
Because it's just not needed.
Yeah, that was a silly. I thought.
No.
That was a silly
That
turn.
wasn't silly. That was not
I'm
silly.
gonna take this one out.
Okay. Add 1 port. Yeah, you don't need the port
I
anymore.
don't need the port right now.
Me, huh?
You.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Just
Okay.
A lot of action.
A lot of red action.
Red action.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
You want to put out some banners, huh?
I just don't like that you're taking all 4 of the horsey actions.
Yeah. All right, let's just go ahead and do what you did to me.
Aha! What a waste.
Well, I don't
You're
have
gonna
to do it.
remove an agent on your last round.
I don't have to do it now, though. See, because you cannot take that
to
action.
do it now.
So.
I will get to place the
Well,
last
you know what?
agent.
No, I will do it now so I can see what you're going to do.
Okay.
There we go.
Sure.
Perfect.
I'll do this.
Hmm.
Gives you options.
Some options, huh?
I don't think it's an easy decision for you.
No. Okay. We're going to do it. We want to see some peace.
Some peace.
Place the peace token in any region.
Really?
See some peace after all this battling.
Wow. Somebody took the peace action. I feel like the peace token is definitely going to be utilized in like a 4-player game.
We're now using
But
it in this game.
I guess when things get real aggressive in a 2-player game, then that can happen. All right.
Yes,
For my
ma'am.
last one, I'm going here.
Oh, yellow.
So you have options.
Yeah. So
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. We're going right into it.
We're going into it. So
Peace
where would you like
token.
to place the peace token?
Peace token's
Ambassador.
going right here. 'Cause I see you
That's so
building
funny.
up to then attack potentially over
I
here.
knew it.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Now it's time for you to remove.
Who's going bye-bye?
Yeah. Who is it?
See ya.
I knew.
See you later.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Going hard horsey.
Maybe I got a 4-horse over here. I don't know.
Maybe I've got a 4-horse. Ugh, this guy.
Yeah, you probably have a 3-horse.
All right.
So you're like okay with it.
Naveen,
Yeah, blue, huh?
blue.
Okay, blue. Yeah.
2 farms.
No, we're gonna attack with blue.
Okay.
These two are gonna go across this little bridge over here, sacrifice themselves to the fort, and then take out 1/1, just like that.
Nice.
So there we go.
Real nasty.
Perfect. Spread them out.
All right. And you?
Oh yeah.
Would you like a card? Or would you like to put out 2 blue banners?
I'll take a blue card.
Blue card?
Yep.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
Then it goes to me. And I can fight as blue, or I can put out 1, 2, 3. 3 banners.
3 banners. Yep.
All right, let's go with 3. There's not much to fight
Mm-hmm.
over there. Wait, when did you do this?
After the fact.
After.
Yeah. So they have not. It's after the time of the brown banner.
During the Orca clan?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
'Cause remember I played 2 cards to add 3 to any city.
Okay. I'm going to just add all of these here.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Good.
All right. No Chancellor. Supplies are good. So red. 2 red banners.
Yeah. 2 red banners.
I'll place them here.
Okay.
And then I can draw a card for every 2 they control.
Mm-hmm. And they control
3.
3. So
So
one
I'll
card.
draw 1 card.
1 red card.
And then you can place out banners or fight.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and just fight.
Okay?
Let's bring these 3 into here and just get destroyed.
Okay, so they just destroy 2.
Those 2. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then it goes to me.
So actually, I want those 3 to go into here because I know you get a banner for every farm. So if I take away a farm,
So this was, how many were in there?
there was 3 in here.
Okay.
So they're actually going to go into this spot.
Into this region?
Yeah, exactly.
And how many were in here?
2 more.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Perfect.
so 3.
In there.
So you wipe out 2 and 2?
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Sorry about that.
2 and 2. Now instead of the Chancellor seat action, I'm going to play my Red Empire card that says move the active agent to any empty council position and then take that position's action immediately.
Okay.
So I'm going to move it. Though this doesn't move.
Nope.
Our timer still stays the same. But I'm going to move it here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take
What a
that
blocker.
action immediately.
Okay.
So I get a...
You want to take a card?
I would love to take cards.
A brown card?
For every 2 forts.
Yeah, which they only control 1, 2.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll take a card,
A card.
please. Thank you. All right. That's it for red. So now it goes to green. And as a sheriff, I get to put out 3 banners because I think they control 3 farms.
I think
Or
it's
2 farms.
2 because of this whole
yeah.
the red coming in.
Yeah, that was nasty.
2.
I'm just going to place them both here.
Okay.
Okay. As a steward, I can draw cards or place banners. I'm going to draw a card.
Yeah, 1 card.
So 1 card from green. Then I can place out 3 banners or attack. And honestly, the Green Empire's position sort of
Just is what it is.
fizzled. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of is what it is. So I'll just put out
They got 3 cities.
3 banners.
Yeah.
It's true. I guess I'll just divvy them amongst the cities,
Okay.
right? Oh, let's do that. Okay. Because I don't know what Naveen's going to do.
Okay.
So Chancellor's nothing. Supplies are fine.
Okay.
All right, yellow.
I'll take a card.
Okay.
How many cards?
1.
Is just 1 card?
Just 1. It just says 1.
Oh, 1 card, I see.
Yeah, this is banners.
Yep.
I hope we haven't been getting that wrong.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, you can draw a card for every 3
So they have
Farms.
1, 2, 3. They still have 3 farms.
Yeah, so you can draw a
somehow.
card, or you can place out 2 banners.
I'll take a card. Yeah.
Okay. Now it's to me. I place out 2 banners for every fort they control. I think they control 2. So I can place out 4 banners. May I have the yellow, please?
How many? 4?
4.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Thank you. I'm going to place them all here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack with them into here.
Uh-oh.
So that's
They control a
3.
city.
And 3. Oh, is that your -1? That's hilarious. If so, I hope so. Okay.
No, it was more that the
There you
brown
go.
got taken out of a city.
Ah.
Can't put that any. You can only put 1 peace token out, you know?
That's it. So now it goes to me.
Yeah, you.
I just found myself into this position here. So I can place out a. How many farms do the horses control?
2.
1, 2. So I may have 2.
Banners?
Yeah, 2 banners, please. Thank you. I'm going to place these over here.
Little tuckings.
And then I can take a card, right? I have 1 card,
single brown
please.
card.
Because it's a card for every 2 forts. And now it's to you.
Okay.
So now it goes to you as the marshal. Would you
Okay.
like to place or attack?
Attack. We're
Okay.
just going to send 1
1.
here. Cancel these out.
Okay.
And this is a native home space for that particular one,
Yes.
right?
That's
so
true.
that's out.
Okay. And then attack or swap.
I'm going to play these cards right here.
Okay.
Add 3 friendly banners to any 1 city. So it's the 2 yellows.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put these 3, 1, 2, and 3 into here.
City. City.
Oh, city, sorry. So I can do, I can do it here. 1, 2, 3. And then
Okay.
now I'm going to actually do the attack, which will just bring in 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll pluck this out, pluck this one out.
Okay.
And then this will be King of the Hill here.
Aha.
There we are.
Very good.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right.
That's the end of that.
Blue goes out.
Now the orcas. The
Yeah.
nasty,
Yeah, what
nasty
are you gonna do?
orcas.
You can attack.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to attack.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to play these 2 cards. So 2 horsey cards. Allows me to rearrange any empire's banners within its controlled regions. Regions must not be abandoned, and the resulting armies must not exceed supply limits. So I'm going to rearrange the horsies.
A little dirty.
This cannot be abandoned, so I will leave one
One
behind. I'll also take these out
Okay.
and move them elsewhere, I guess. I'll just do that.
Very
You
good.
control it anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then this gets discarded.
Okay, what are you going to do next?
I'm going to... I'm going to hold on to this card, actually.
Yeah,
'cause I
the
realize it's a tiebreaker. I'm going to attack. I'm going to attack with these.
Those 2?
Yeah, into this area.
Ooh.
So it does remove 1 of your banners, because I know you are the horses. So it does take away a
No,
city.
Nothing.
It takes away a city!
Ah.
And I now get to move this. So I might as well move it here.
Yeah, just
Because
for
you
the off
really-
chance that I'll attack
You're
it.
really not going to do much with your action here, because you can
Thanks.
either attack one of the horse's regions, or you can just add more banners.
That's true. Ah, it's pointless. Well, I'll just add some banners for flavor.
For flavor.
What? How many banners is it?
2.
2 banners.
This one is a 1 banner per
All right,
fort, and
let's
they
just
control 2
make
forts.
it look like this and this.
The Orca clan,
Orca clan did something.
they did some damage.
Come on.
They did their job.
Okay, nothing,
All right,
nothing.
that is the end. We are in
2 cards left.
the end of the 4th round.
Not
we
allowed
actually-
to swap.
We skip the rest of it, and we
Yeah.
go directly to the end of the game. So, how do you feel?
Good. Goodish. Well, I'm good.
I think I lost.
Oh, okay, good.
I do think I lost.
Better.
I think it's gonna be really nitpicky in terms of points. but
Yeah,
I-
it's-
all I care about is that I was able to take away one of your cities. Those horses were annoying. I should have gotten in there more earlier in the game. Those horses are strong
Yeah.
because it's the
They
end.
get to go last.
You can't allow
to go
somebody
last,
to monopolize.
And I monopolized it.
The
too.
horse
We'll
empire.
see, because we
There
do
were
this all the
some-
time, and then you win.
there was
so
some secrecy here that kind of moved things around.
Let's
but
find out.
Anywho,
Okay.
are you ready to do the big reveal?
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to just flip over all our tokens?
Yes.
All
Ready?
at once. Yeah.
Go.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So I was invested in blue, Monique.
You were?
I was my 3. But I'd rather you not get the 4 because I knew you'd getting the 4 than me get the 3.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that's definitely your 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many were? Let's do it. Let's go
Okay, sure.
from right to left. So
How many blue?
they only controlled 2 in the end.
1, 2.
Oh, how
Okay.
annoying. So that's 8.
8 for
me.
you and 6 for me.
Okay. Green controlled 3
Yeah.
all the way.
1, 2, 3.
So that's 9.
9 for you.
So 17 total.
Okay, and then 2 times 3, so 6. So 6 times 2 is 12.
Okay.
So you have 17 to my 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
Horses were times 2 for me. How many did you end up controlling?
Oh, well, we need to do that.
Oh, sorry. Lions? The lions
They control
control
nothing, and that's my -1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to come down to this.
Yes.
They were my 0. Okay. Horses.
I think we skipped red also. Yeah. You got real excited.
I did. Red
Red is my 0.
was 1.
So it's -1 to you.
It's -1
So
to
you
me.
have 16
That's
points.
fine. I have a bounty token.
Okay.
Uh,
Now it's brown.
Now it's brown. Or horses.
Yeah.
How many horse cities are there?
1, 2, 3, 4 times 4. For me, that's
16.
16 plus 12.
28?
That's 28, yeah.
Okay, so that's your final score?
28, yeah.
Okay, so I had, let's do this again, 8 plus 9 is 17 plus 8.
25? 25, yeah.
What's yours score?
I'm at 28.
Oh, wait, do this math one more time. So 4 times 4,
16.
16
3 times 2,
is 6.
6.
22,
2 times 3, 28.
28. Oh, I lost.
Yeah,
Because
let them know.
I had 25
-1.
minus 1 plus 1.
25.
So 25. 25 to 20.
28 to 25.
I'm frustrated. You and your whispers. Oh my gosh, you would. Naveen is
And I had 2 cards for
a
the
whispery
tiebreaker.
person.
I'm a whispery person. Yeah, right.
This was not going to go down to a tie.
Yeah.
Anyway, good
Well, there you
job.
go. Thanks.
You did it.
I needed a win. I haven't won in a while.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You deserve the win. I let the horses get a little bit out of control.
So was that peace marker was this something you were thinking about doing with
Totally. 'Cause
green
who cares
land
about this
bridge?
region?
Yeah, because this is nothing.
Yeah,
So
you want to just
stack
move
up
in.
and move, and I was like, wait a second.
I was way too
Peace.
stubborn in the beginning. I went a little too hard with the blue. I thought,
I wanted you to go hard with the blue because I had the 3.
well,
on
why
it,
did you decimate it then?
Because I'd rather you not have.
But that's your second highest. That was a risk. Looked like you were trying to decimate the blue.
willing to take it. Because I knew you would try to build it back up. So now you're
You're
spending.
just lucky I fizzled out with green.
I'd rather you spend actions trying to get back to where you were, and then me just be able to.
I should have collected more
Overcome.
bounty tokens. I also shouldn't have abandoned the port region. I kind of regretted that because that was what was making my greens. This was silly. I don't know.
Yeah, the greens. Yeah, because you wanted to settle them in.
The greens got a little too. They got a little too comfortable. They didn't do anything.
They didn't really move.
No.
And then the red we both abandoned because I had
Yeah.
0, you had 1. Yeah.
The port tokens would have been very useful for the green
Because they can
Empire,
get
but I
out.
didn't.
You can build and then leave.
Right. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
We also didn't occupy every guild here. I
gonna happen.
debated the Commanders Guild many times in order to
Yeah.
put out these upgrade tokens. Putting out 4 banners would have been nice, but I think it would have been great to do it earlier.
So you can see
And I
the
just
others.
didn't do it early enough. And then the bounty hunters, I debated doing at some point also, but they're just not like I didn't have enough time.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I know. Like you want to get it out there and like on like guaranteed wins.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it here so I could pick it up.
Timing is everything in this
yeah.
game, and it's
It's only 3-point difference though.
yeah.
Very
I mean,
close,
it's not I don't think it's a very high scoring game in the end, which is why the bounty tokens are nice because that 1 point is a lot.
I felt like
in a
you were
game
gonna
like
go to this island and try to collect it all, and I was like, oh
I
no.
debated it, but
Kill 'em.
you were doing all this other stuff to my. I really shouldn't have played as obvious. That was
The
my,
blue,
my big
yeah.
downfall.
Yeah.
And then of course this guild we also didn't really do. Move one of your other agents to an empty council seat.
I almost did that
think-
on the last turn.
I think in higher player counts, this would be good.
Yeah.
The Bureaucrats Guild is really interesting in a 2-player game for sure.
Yeah,
Because if you
'cause-
set up multiple areas that you would want, I guess, and then the other player takes that,
like, which
it's
one are you
which
gonna
one
take
are you
out?
going to remove?
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
your plans are a little bit foiled.
Yep.
But
But there you go.
anywho,
Yeah.
that is War of Whispers with the new expansion, which is called Expansion of Influence. Now, we went through, I mean, these cards, none of them were new. These are all base game cards. I think we were primarily able to showcase most of what the expansion includes, but just keep in mind that in higher player counts, it's not going to be as open, and the Orca clan will be a lot more impactful.
Sure.
Because going there and really sort of messing up plans, you never know where these tokens are going to go. You know, in a 2-player game, it's very heady.
Yeah.
So I can kind of assume where these tokens are going to be placed. We also didn't showcase the various tiers for the Bounty Hunters Guild and the Scholars Guild. They really reward you for leaving an agent in those spots because these actions get sweeter, but it doesn't seem like we chose to do that either.
You're like, I'd rather take actions.
And as a reminder, keep in mind that when playing with the Orca clan in higher player counts, that first round, you're always placing out 3 agents.
Yep.
So we are playing a 2-player game, of course, so we always placed out 3.
Well, there you have it. That is a War of Whispers with the new expansion. If you have any questions about anything you saw here, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. If you are interested in this game as well as the expansion, that is on Kickstarter, which is linked in the description down below. And thank you all so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, please consider subscribing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.